Well, hello! Thanks for taking time to watch the video. I know Christmas is approaching rapidly and everybody is busy and has things to do. So as I've mentioned before, we're a few weeks behind on videos with the holidays and everything. This video is from the week leading up to Thanksgiving and the weekend after Thanksgiving. Adrian and I took a trip down to Texas to visit my mother, my brother, and his family. George and Dave stayed back at the farm to keep working. Here's just a pretty good shot of going by the mountain. For those of you not familiar, it is Mount McKinley, or now as it's called, Mount Denali. It just happened to be a really clear day and everything was so beautiful, I thought I'd get a little video of it. We didn't get a lot of video of our time in Texas. We spent most of it with friends and family, connecting and enjoying their company. Hopefully everybody in YouTube land was doing the same thing.
Are you going to take my picture and my picture taking you?
Taking a picture of you taking a picture?
I can't see the screen.
All that sunlight in the way.
My mother lives in the northeastern part of Texas. No, not the part that's dry and doesn't have any trees. This part of Texas has lots of trees, and big trees. The farm she has was wooded and was planted in trees many years ago, and it was time to harvest, so they've been cut and hauled off for lumber or pulpwood. So now she's going through the process of clearing the stumps, burning the brush, and getting it ready to make it a field. So yes, you have members of the Coffee family clearing land and making fields on two separate sides of the country. Pretty cool, huh? I'll have to make a video on a little bit of backstory with the family and introduce you to everybody at some point. Okay, well now we're back in Alaska. Actually, just a little bit ago crossed the Alaska-Canadian border. And this is flying over the community of Delta, which really isn't too far from where we are in Nenana. It's just up the Tanana River. As you can see, these are the large fields that have been cleared over the years. This was Alaska's first big ag development. 1978, 60,000 acres were auctioned off, averaging 2,700 acres per parcel. If you spend much time looking on the internet, the critics say that Delta was a failure. I don't know, when you're flying over it, it sure looks like a pretty good success to me. It does take time to develop these farms and develop a market. But you know, it took a lot of hard work from a great community to turn that into farmland. And the state is always learning and making changes. Just think about it. There's nowhere else in the country where raw land is being sold off to farmers. I always enjoy every time I get to fly over the Delta Project to think about all those acres of hay and grain, how many animals they're feeding, and how many people they're feeding, and how many jobs they're creating. So, with a little bit of luck and a lot of hard work, in 40 years, when you fly over the Nenana-Tukchakit Ag Project, maybe it'll look a little something like this. And remember, I highly encourage any of you that would like to purchase some land from the state, keep an eye on the State of Alaska Department of Natural Resources website. I'll give you updates here too. We took a little time off for Thanksgiving, went and saw some family. Now we're headed back out to the farm, see what we can get done. It's getting pretty cool, pretty dark. A lot of snow drifts, wind blowing, things like that. So it may just be some maintenance and piddling around here for a little while we wait for the weather to clear up. We'll check in and see what happens. Hope you're having a great day. So coming up on the bridges, they've made every effort to make sure that you understand that it's not where it was. You sure do not want somebody zipping along on a snow machine at a high rate of speed thinking the bridge is still there because they haven't been here in a year. So it's good that they've made sure that's well marked. So with them being done with construction work out here, there won't be any snow plowing by the contractor. I'm not sure what the state has going on. So give you more info on that when we know. With only us and a couple other people doing anything out this direction as far as, farming, vehicle-wise, a reason to have any kind of wheeled vehicle out here, the state will not be super excited about putting a lot of money into snow plowing when there's nothing going on. And as you can see, they haven't plowed this road in It's been 3 weeks now, and yeah, there's an inch or two of snow, but nothing to keep anybody from going up and down it. You know, you might be a little cautious in a two-wheel drive car, but anything four-wheel drive or pickup, no problem. Nice road. Okay, it is November 26th. The Sunday after Turkey Day. The skid steer has developed a hydraulic leak somewhere under the cab. So we'll get the cab propped up and see what we can find. Well, here's what it's like to be in the beast. The leak is coming from right there, where you see it dripping. So I take enough stuff off to be able to get to it. Okay, got to the bottom of it. That fitting is a little loose. So we are going to tighten it down and put it back together and see what happens. Just vibration, I guess. What are we at, 1,100 hours?
Yeah.
Not 1,100 hours. Okay, well, we got the skid steer all put back together, got some hydraulic oil in it, and then we were taking it out, put a few hours on it to see if we got the leak fixed or not. This is in the far back corner of the field, and this is just about the last of the land to be cleared. We may have 1 or 2 more acres on another corner, kind of in between a couple lakes. We're not sure if we're going to be able to clear that or not this year. We'll see how the snow does. While we were visiting my mom in Texas, Dave spent a few days clearing this corner of the property. He mulched it and then stacked up the big logs and burned them. And about the time he was finishing up is when he noticed the leak. Run it a little bit, look and see if it's leaking. What do you think?
It's not dripping.
Oh, I know, guys, it's shaky. There's my backdrop today working. Okay, this is that area we were working on several weeks ago. Last week Dave finished it, piled, and burned. We have 2 little piles of scraps. We're going to try to burn those today. Sure feels good to have all that brush and logs gone. A lot of work left to do. We sure are excited for spring to get here so we can get busy working the dirt. It was such a pretty sunset on the drive out. Figure I'd get a little video of that. It was kind of a short day with getting the leak fixed on the skid steer and then trying it out to see if we did fix the leak. And spoiler alert, the leak is not fixed, so we'll be looking at it again here in a few days. But these short days are a welcome break from the long summer days when the sun's up virtually 24 hours and we're trying to work every one of those hours. Well, driving out, it's a little easier to see the road and how much snow there is. And as you can tell from the video, there really is not that much. By this time of the year, we may have gotten a foot or so, but after it's settled and the wind has blown it around, there's really not a whole lot left, especially anywhere that's exposed. That same weather that makes for hot, dry summers makes for cold, dry winters. And it allows us to keep clearing, even into the end of November, approaching the 1st of December. Okay, well, here we are at the second crossing. This one's froze up too. Looks like a little overflow on the edges. All these bridge sections, bridge pieces, piling, bridge beams. And like we talked about at the camp, it is shut down. Packed up, put up. Well, on this sunny Sunday evening, that's where we're going to end this video. Hope everybody's having a great day, and hope to see you next time. Bye-bye.